The resilience hack that makes you unbreakable. Most people think resilience is about being tough. It's about absorbing hits, enduring hardship, and just trying harder when things get difficult. But real resilience isn't about just tolerating pain. It's about transforming it. It's the quiet understanding that the moments you feel weakest are not a sign to quit. They are a signal. This isn't about empty positivity. This is about a specific psychological tool, a mental shift used by some of the most resilient people on the planet. They don't just endure their moments of doubt, they use them as fuel. And by the end of this, you will learn exactly how to do the same. This isn't about becoming someone who never feels weak. This is about becoming someone who knows exactly what that weakness is for. The breaking point. Think about it. Imagine someone who quit their stable job to start their own business. For the first few months, things are moving. They're landing small clients, building a portfolio, and they feel the thrill of creating something. But a year in, a major client pulls out, money is tight, and the pressure sets in. They're sitting at their desk late at night, and their mind is no longer filled with ideas. It's a loop of negative self-talk. You were a fool for thinking you could do this. You're not a real business owner. You don't have what it takes. The passion that once drove them now feels like the source of their burnout. They are exhausted, overwhelmed, and completely convinced they have failed. They open up their old resume. This is the moment they give up. They have hit their breaking point, utterly convinced that this inability to handle the pressure is a fatal flaw. The revelation, the unbreakable hack. Right there in that moment of surrender is where the shift happens. And here's the thing most people never realize. That feeling of weakness is not a stop sign. It's a signal. That overwhelming feeling of I don't have what it takes is a direct measure of how much you care. The pain isn't a message that you are weak. It is a message that you are aiming for something that truly matters to you. Here is the hack. Your greatest perceived weakness is often one of your greatest strengths, just pushed to an extreme. Think about it. The feeling of being overwhelmed is the other side of being ambitious. The sting of imposter syndrome is the shadow of a deep desire for excellence. The anxiety of, what if I fail, is the flip side of a powerful imagination. Your weakness isn't some separate, broken part of you. It is the other side of your greatest strength. Researchers have found that the simple act of reframing discomfort as a sign of progress, rather than a reason to stop, can significantly increase persistence. Elite athletes, for example, don't just tolerate pain. They learn to see it as confirmation that they are pushing their limits and growing stronger. They have changed the meaning of the feeling. The pain isn't a signal to stop, it's confirmation they are on the right path. When our business owner feels like a failure, it's not because she lacks potential. It's because her standard for success is incredibly high. That high standard is a strength. The pain she feels is just that strength being pushed into an unsustainable place. The hack is not to get rid of the high standards. It's to stop letting the negative feeling define you. The transformation and the how-to. Knowing this is one thing, but applying it is what makes you unbreakable. It's a 3-step process to consciously flip the switch from weakness to strength. Step 1. Isolate the signal. When that negative feeling hits, don't let it become a vague sense of, I feel bad. Stop and name it. Be specific. Instead of I'm stressed, identify the exact thought. I am overwhelmed by my to-do list, or I feel like a fraud who is going to be found out. Acknowledge the feeling without judgment. This isn't about fighting it, it's about observing it. By isolating the thought, you create a small space between you and the feeling. In that space, you can begin to work. Step 2. Reframe the message. Now that you've isolated the signal, you translate its meaning. Ask yourself this powerful question. What positive strength, when pushed too far, creates this negative feeling? This is the core of the reframe. You are looking for the true source of your so-called weakness. If the feeling is, I'm disorganized and all over the place, the reframe is, I am a creative person with a flood of ideas, and I am looking for a better system to manage them. If the feeling is, I'm a people pleaser and can't say no, the reframe is, I am a deeply empathetic person, and I need to set boundaries to protect my energy. If the feeling is, I'm terrified of failing, the reframe is, I am so committed to this vision that the stakes feel high, which means I am aiming for something worthwhile. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about finding the more empowering and accurate truth. Your impatience is a bias for action. Your self-doubt is a sign you have the humility to grow. You are simply giving the strength its proper name back. Step 3. Act on the strength. Once you've reframed the feeling, your next move becomes clear. You're no longer reacting out of fear. You're acting from a place of strength. If you've reframed overwhelm as ambition, you can then ask, what does an ambitious person do now? They don't quit. They get strategic. They take that to-do list and pick one important thing. They break the problem down, because ambitious people know that big visions are built one step at a time. If you've reframed fear of failure as deep commitment, what does a committed person do? They prepare. They seek feedback. They embrace discomfort as part of the journey. Your action is no longer a desperate attempt to feel better. It is a deliberate step forward, powered by the same energy that was once holding you back. Section 4. The proof. Let's go back to our example. Instead of quitting, she tries this. First, she isolates the signal. I feel like a failure because I lost that client and I'm running out of money. Second, she reframes it. What strength is causing this? Her deep commitment to building an exceptional business. The reframe becomes, my commitment to excellence is making this setback feel bigger than it is. This pain is a measure of my passion. Third, she acts on the strength. What does a committed founder do? They learn. She closes the resume folder. She opens a new document and starts brainstorming. What can I learn from this? How can I build a more resilient client base? The energy that was crushing her is now channeled into problem solving. She doesn't magically feel happy. The stress is still there. But it's different now. It's no longer the heavy fog of despair. It's the electric hum of a challenge. She hasn't eliminated the pressure. She has transformed it into fuel. This is what it means to be unbreakable. It's not about building walls to keep hardship out. It's about becoming someone who can turn self-doubt into resilience. It is understanding that the moments you feel weakest are the moments you are closest to your power. The next time you are on the edge of giving up, I want you to stop. And I want you to hear that voice for what it really is, a confirmation that you are fighting for something that matters. Here is a challenge for you. Start today. Think of one challenge you are facing. Isolate the negative feeling, reframe it to find the hidden strength, and take one small action based on that strength. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. But with practice you will discover something life-changing. The more you do this, the stronger you feel. You begin to take yourself more seriously. For more strategies to build your mental fortitude, subscribe now.